Oh, hello, 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 everyone. How are all of you? Hopefully, you're all doing well. So, we're going to continue on with some more of the MSQ here. Aaronville is concerned about dangers on the road. The Moblin settlement of Ayrtonshire is not far from here, but be warned, the road we'll be taking is a favored hunting ground for bandits. With the stairs currently impassable, there'll be fewer travelers, meaning the Brings will be desperate for victims to ambush. Concerning present company, I suppose my concern is unwarranted. Bandits on the road? What have Zoro Jean and the Landsguard been doing? Seems it's up to me to restore order to the area. And off she goes again. For now, we'll head west and aim for the bank of the second river. I mean, she just found out that her brother is doing a piss poor job of running shit. You know what I just noticed? Although they're alpaca keeps, they're still represented by, the porters are still represented by a chocobo here in this area. It's actually fairly disappointing. Well, where are these bandits? Apparently they're not foolish enough to attack a party this size. Earthenshire is just a little further ahead on the opposite bank of Nyaka Bekzoma, but let's remain vigilant all the same. Get some other options in there for the mounts. Oh no, this is level 92. Oh, so you're not high enough level to do these quests yet. So, Samurai it is. This is it. This is the village where the Lay of Pots from the Tuliol saga took place. Earthenshire, Idleshire. Would similar to be a cultural inclination, I wonder? The settlements themselves couldn't be more different, though. This shire appears custom built to resemble Pots, while the other is a repurposed town. Welcome to Earthenshire. Do I have the pleasure of happy greeting the third promise into routine? That's us. We're looking for the Dawn Servant Elector, if you happen to know who that is. You're exchanging tongue flaps with her right now. Redrock is the Elector you seek. Oh, that's helpful. We can cut straight to performing the feat. As much as Ready Rock would like to do just that, we have much more pressing worry. The storm which hit our village shattered the cliffs and dropped rocks on our brain cases. Many shepherds of the Potsworn were injured. This is no time for feats or Metal tests. Sorry to hear that. After learning what the storm did to the stairs, I feared you'd been caught in its path. Not to change the subject, but what are the Potsworn? Goldsmiths contract to work for the Moblins. The word comes from the pot-like workshops where they practice their crafts. The Moblins provide these Potsworn with tools, materials, living quarters, everything the artisans could possibly need. This allows them to concentrate on producing what is widely known as the finest gold and metalwork in Tyrol. This is unacceptable. I was promised no distractions. This is the best they can offer. I should have never left Wachu Meki Meki. You see, the pots won't desert us. Without enough healthy help hands, we are failing to uphold our side of the pot pact. Should all our potsworn leave, Earthenshire will grind to a halt. We have to do something and do it soon. I want to stand in for the injured helpers. It would give me the chance to learn more about your people and your village, and if it brings us closer to getting the feat, then all the better. This isn't strictly part of the contest, so don't feel obligated to join in. Take a rest while you can. We'll help, guys. It's what we do. I was hoping you'd say that. I actually wasn't sure I could do this on my own. We'll all help. I doubt any of us could just sit around and watch. We'll take every help hand we can get. Ready Rock Truth swears that once the pots run of their perfect workshops again, we will commence the feat with all haste. You and the third promise can assist help hand Rakarok. You other four follow Ready Rock. There are other help hands in need of help hand lending. I really appreciate you pitching in. I meant what I said at many fires. There'll be no more feigning strength, no more playing at being an invincible promise. There's one thing I've learned on this journey. It's how practiced you are at aiding those in need. And I mean to make the most of having such an incredible mentor at my side. Now, let's find this Rakarok fellow and see what we can do for him. Rakarok can't meet his obligations without more help hands. The pot pack is broken, the pots are emptying. You've come to aid Rakarok? Rakarok accepts your hand lending with joyous, fuel smiles. If we offer the pots were in their promised good living, we might save the day yet. Whatever you need. Just like, really? Rakarok needs help learning about the Potsworn. What Rakarok needs is for new help hands to create good living for Potsworn. The help hand assigned to Kahi was hurt during the rock rain, so Rakarok took over, but he knows nothing of Kahi. What does Kahi want? What does Kahi need? Helpings do not bother the Pottsworn with straight tasks. Our job is to observe and anticipate, to prepare things with guests think. Please guest think with Rakarok. Find out what Kahi is lacking so we can provide it. You can count on us. This is where Kahi works, is it? Let's take a peek inside then. That must be Kahi. It'd be a lot quicker if we could just talk to him, but that's not the way they do things around here, apparently. We'll have to leave him be and try our hand at some guest think. He's not sure of crafting materials. There must be something else he's missing. He's barely touched his meal. That dish is meant to be eaten hot, or it loses its savor. This boiling staying so close to the furnace, there's no airflow to speak of. How could anyone work in that stifling heat? Those are looking pretty worn down. Maybe it's time for some new ones. Alright, after taking a good look, I think I have an idea of what things Kahi might want to improve his working conditions. Let's head back outside and talk to Rakarok. You made your observations. What did you guess think? First off, I noticed Kahi hasn't touched his food, and an empty belly can't be good for his concentration. Maybe the cooking isn't to his liking? But our food is very mouth-pleasing. Why wouldn't he want to eat it? But Rakarok is sure of nothing when it comes to Kahi's tastes. I can help you with that. My brother Kwana has also had sorrow. No, well, everyone has their personal preferences. There are some they tend to share. Like an aversion to piping hot dishes. If it was brought to him like that, Kahi probably wouldn't have been able to eat it until it cooled down. But at the time he came back to it, he might have found it cold and unappetizing. Some solution is to serve dishes that taste good no matter the temperature. Rakarok would never have thought of that. Did Thurn promise mind explaining these things to our cook? Not at all, but I don't think that was the only reason Kahi couldn't concentrate. The Hatsaro homeland is hot and dry, but even Kahi seemed to be suffering in front of that furnace. Is there any way you could cool down the workshop? Oh, we could try a drafty shard. They make a lovely breeze. Do you know where we can get one of those? You can gather them from the shoals of no return. There are many old boats there, abandoned by those who gave up on their search for the Golden City. So we salvaged them from the wrecks. Could you handle that for us? Oh, one more thing. From what I could tell, Kahi's files and saws and things were very worn down. Maybe a new set of tools is in order? Rakarok was super active with stocking materials, a serious oversight which he will rectify. Supplying good tools for good living is a help hand's responsibility. And we all have work to do. We can meet back here when our tasks are done. Shoals of no return are past the crags. There are a tunnel southeast of here. Should be able to spot the passage from just outside the village. You're carrying, aren't you? What brings you out here? Ah, the issue with caring for the potsworn. The person with the same problem suggests they commission artisans in Charlene instead. The quality of craftsmanship would be guaranteed after all. However, the monolith does not care for the idea. Should it be more effective to engage a uniformly trained collective? I cannot understand their fixation on individual contracts. Perhaps custom will make more sense once we begin the feat of pots. Till then, we've been deemed unfit to assist in the matter of help hands and are instead tasked with tending the injured. We were on our way back from procuring herbs for Orange, in fact. Someone's in Kozomoaka, too, have been isolated by the storm's destruction. What would become of the wounded had we not found a way here? Should I become Dawn Servant when my first acts will be to establish reliable trade routes to the capital? When I imagine how much good we can achieve with Charlene technology. Yeah, this is just reinforcing something I said last night, where he's wanting to abandon all tradition and just go full bore into the future. Which, I mean, there's nothing completely wrong with that, but you have to have that back and a little bit of that back and forth so that you don't truly lose who you were in becoming who you want to be. My apologies, I have much to consider. If you'll excuse us. We'll meet again soon, I'm sure. Take care. One of the most improbable mounts out there. While I'm here, we'll grab this. That's how shallow this is. I don't know why anyone would even try taking a ship through this. These are all way too massive, and you can tell from a long ways away that they're too big to try and get through here. Is that a cool breeze? Rock feels? Yes, thank you for Seek finding a drafty shard. Rock will add it to the new set of tools he brought. And I come bearing good food tidings. The cook has prepared a feast fit for the most discerning Hitsaro. It's on its way even as we speak. Let's go and see what Kahi thinks of our efforts. no occasion called for me to receive so many visitors. Fine meal, new tools, and a welcome source of cool air. Now I remember why I signed a pot pact. I'm grateful for your kind considerations. Allow me a moment or two, and I'll reciprocate with a piece of worthy of a pot sworn. An oil lamp to brighten the halls of Volok Shunsa. The craftsmanship satisfies Earthenshire's reputation for quality, I trust. Such luster, such brilliance, truly a gift fit for the Dawn servant. Glad you like it. Considering the time I've wasted till now, I hope to continue crafting at this improved pace. I have a contract to fulfill, after all. Forgive my interruption. Lamati, I am told the Elector has deemed the crisis past and is prepared to task us with defeat. That is great news. Thank you for letting me know. So this is the craft of a potshorn. It is indeed a masterful piece. Thank you for your words of praise, Second Promise. I drew inspiration from Kozumwaka's natural beauty and sought to capture it in my work. I wondered why the Moblins did not simply build a workshop in the city, and now I have my answer. Even Charlene goldsmiths could not easily replicate such exquisite artistry. Not got great things if one lacks creative impetus. Tulial fortunately does not want for inspiration. Anyone wishing to learn the basics of a craft would do well to study it there. I was raised among Hetsaro, more traditional. There's a traditional Hetsaro. I have few fond memories of nomadic life. Rock is very grateful to you. I think you both were for your hard work and clever guess think. When it comes to help handing, knowing the potsword really is important. That's true from pretty much everyone you meet. It's a lesson I've had drummed into me several times already in this journey. Countless details to share concerning the forthcoming feat of pots. Dr. bids the claimants to assemble in the large voting on the west side of the village. I will head over after finding Thancred and Noriange. I also ran into the Levelet twins on the way here. I took the liberty to direct them to the venue. We're rivals. It's not his job to make sure I know the feat is starting, but even now he's conscientious to a fault. Anyway, let's not keep Ready Rock waiting. Ready Rock thanks you for assisting Help Hand Rakarok. She'll announce the feat once the other claimants arrive, so please be patient a little while longer. I'd report that we were able to convince one of the Potsmen to stay. How did you fare? So you managed to do the same. Splendid. Welcome to Earthshire, First Promise. We support your plans for salt crossings and the new Potsworn they will bring. Hail the mighty Zoro-Ja. He cleared many piles of rockfall as if they were pebbles. Stones, the resilient son of Verdon's servant. Zoro-Ja was clearing fallen rocks and stressed he would volunteer his time for anything unrelated to the contest. Well, well, we meet again. Just time for the feat to begin. I'll bet he was already here laying low while the rest of us did all the work. Claimants, your attention, please. As Ready Rock has explained, many of our pots were left us following the storm. Precious metal work crafted by those artisans brings in much jingly shining from across the salt. Should our stream of trade goods dry up, Earth and Shire will suffer. Truly all merchants will suffer. So Ready Rock sets you this feat. Each of you are to find one clever hand goldsmith to bring back here to us. So we're to recruit new potsworn. Makes sense for the feat of pots. Calling this a feat does not justify taking advantage of the claimants and their influence. How does finding workers for you demonstrate their worthiness for the throne? You are free to refuse Ready Rock's request. You'll be happy to inform the Dawn servant Zoro-Ja's disqualification. The right is a means to an end. The steps we take to get there are not important. Then Ready Rock declares the feat of pots begun. But remember, a pot pact must be agreed to willingly. No grab snatching or deceitful tongue flaps. The lecture said nothing of taking a willing artisan from a rival, which is exactly what we should do. Fine suggestion, brother. Glad you think so, brother. Come, let us lay our plans. That nasty brute is up to something. Aye, he may seek to delay us again as he did on the river. We can but remain vigilant while we plot our course. What do you think, Yuck Have you any candidates in the mind to satisfy this feat? There's some artisans amongst my supporters, but they're all in their twilight years. Couldn't ask them to give up the comforts of Tuliol to live in this remote village, no matter how beautiful the scenery. Meanwhile, Koana probably has 100 young craftspeople to choose from. Not that I'm comparing us, you understand. That's just a statement of fact. I suppose we could try asking around watching Meki Meki. This is a logical place to start. Back to Tuliol it is. Wait, does that mean we have to take the boat again? No, 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 no. I can't do it. I can't stomach another boat ride. You said I should share my burdens, so I will speak plainly. The truth is, I get really, really sick on boats. As if we hadn't already figured that out. Yuck Lamont, this is hardly news. Well, it was brave of you to admit. In any case, we won't be fighting the current this time. Heading downriver will be much smoother. It will? Are you sure? But you have to head back up the river. I'm positive, mostly. I need a moment. Upriver, downriver. Uyakatomo is too rough for me. Nausea is a bit more bearable now that I've stopped trying to hide it, but I'd still rather not set foot on a boat if I can help it. But I think I'm ready. Let's see if Master Ropley can help us recruit a pot sworn. Greetings, Third Promise. What brings you back to watching Meki Meki? You've not tipped your axe again, have you? No, Master Ropley. Actually, I have a favor to ask. So what do you think? Do you know of any craftsmen who might be interested? Filching my artisans for the moblins, eh? Well, seeing as it's for the Third Promise, I'm making the request, I'm willing to look the other way, if one of them decides to take you up on the offer. Only I can't think of a suitable candidate off the top of my head. Who do I know with the Master of Goldsmithing that would have... Also have no qualms about relocating to Earthenshire. I mean, Fonfontaine? He did say he was employed at some fancy jewelry store across the salt. Considering the distance he's already come, I'd like to think he wouldn't mind moving a little up the river. That said, he's only just got himself a new job. Is it too soon to ask him to sign a pot pact? So I'm making the offer. Once he hears how well the pots were treated, he may even jump at the chance. Either way, you won't find Fonfontaine at his workbench at this hour. He's finished for the day, probably enjoying a meal over at Zabalyev Thai. Maybe we should go and talk to him, just you and me. Since he knows us, wouldn't want him to feel intimidated about having to deal with a crowd of new faces. Two of us can handle this. Take a rest at the cabins if you like. Alright, let's go and see a man about a pot. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, you're here too? The Third Promise said she wanted to chat. I've just finished eating, so shall we find a quiet spot outside? Last time we talked on this beach, you were in a miserable state. Yes, I was, wasn't I? A lost soul, until the two of you came along and helped me to rediscover my purpose. My new place of employment has been most welcoming, and for the first time in a long time, I feel content with my lot in life. That's wonderful. So what is it you wish to discuss? Well, it's hard to ask this after you settled in, but I'm looking for someone to become a potsworn. I've heard my new colleagues mention the term. That's when an artisan signs a contract to work for the Moblins, isn't it? But you're not a Moblin. I'm not sure I understand. It's for a feat in the rite of succession. I need to bring a new potsworn to Earthenshire. So that is the way of it. We barely met. After pushing you to work at Wachu Meki Meki, I'm now demanding you throw that away and sign a pot pact instead. It's a selfish request, I know. I was going to tell you, Third Promise. The other day, I completed the necessary procedures for immigration. I'm pleased to say I'm now an official subject of Tulial. I've since endeavored to learn what I can of my new nation, beginning with the right of succession and its claimants, including you, of course. Now, you will recall it was my father's example which led me to pursue goldsmithing. He was at East End when Garlean forces laid siege to the settlement, and in the ensuing chaos, he was slain. War took him from me in an instant. The man I loved and admired, I never wish to see such loss again. And so, as much as I'm dead to you for turning my life around, it is a fellow peace-loving Tulialan that I want you to win the throne. When I help you achieve that by signing a plot pact, then I shall gladly do so. Fonfontaine, thank you. Shall return to Master Rupley and inform him of my decision. I mean, I'm the reason you're leaving, so I should be the one to deliver the news. Perhaps you remember me, Brook Evu, owner of Zabalia of Tai. I'd like a word if you don't mind. You're Yuklamat's ally from across the salt, right? And hero of some renown, too, if the gossip's to be believed. Well, as it so happens, I could use some heroic help. It doesn't need to be right now, but could you come by when you have a spare moment? Much appreciated. I'll be waiting for you at my shop then. Master Rupley, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but, Fonfontaine has agreed to sign the plot pact, yes? Well, it is a shame to lose a capable goldsmith. To have one of our own handpicked to serve the Third Promise is a great honor for Wachu Meki Meki. I appreciate your understanding. Of course, if you happen to know my other talented artisans, regardless of their expertise, I hope that you send them my way. If you could even be yourself, it could even be yourself if you're so inclined. I'll keep that in mind. Though my time here was brief, I will not forget your kindness, Master Ropley. I am blessed to have these workshops in my first home in Tulial. Come back to us if the Moblins cut you loose. You always have a job at Wachu Meki Meki. I expect you'll want to leave for Earthenshire as soon as possible. I'll go and pack my things. What became of Fonfontaine? Were you able to find him? We did, and he's agreed to become a potsworn We'll leave when he's ready, but you still have a little time. Soon we shall meet you anon. I have plenty of reason to win the contest, but I have one more. Fontain's putting his faith in me, and I won't let him down. Yokomot needs to pay a visit to the palace. Right then, I have some things to take care of at the palace. Well, you can pass the time however you like. I'd suggest you head back to the cabins. After all, even heroes need to rest, and we still have a big journey ahead of us. Yeah. Welcome back. Vital Landsguard West are most anxiously waiting on your return. Here in the land's third province entourage, I've been all over the city looking for you. The Dawntrail summons you to the palace. You are to present yourself to the gate guard station outside Sunperch at your earliest convenience. One more thing, you are not to mention this visit to Yokomot. Well, son of a... This can't be good. Johnson waits you within. While I was not informed of the reason for your audience in terms of tire, I would suggest full battle regalia.
Forgive me these sudden summons. When I learned my daughter's champion was back in the city, I couldn't resist the opportunity.
I mean, you could have, you just chose not to.
And they call me head of resolve for good reason. Old as I am, I have not lost a battle worthy of the name since the day I took the throne.
Well, you're probably about to.
And I've been craving a proper challenge. The lance wielder, Estinian. He fought well enough. But our bout was ended before a victor could be decided. Judging by the sailors' gossip, you are a warrior of renown in your homeland.
Yeah.
Yet I wonder, with all your deeds done and victories won, are you warrior enough to stand against me?
I'd like to think so. Let's see.
Do you think me unworthy? I'll soon change your
It's nothing to do with whether you're worthy or not.
The battle rages upon me. I'll stop short of killing you, of course. But expect no other mercies. Come! Ready your arms and show me the truth of the tales. Give it your all! I want to fight to remember! Let's test the waters. Didn't even blink. Have you ever fought a viper? Ha! Let's see how you handle this. The spearman did not lie. Very well then. Resolve and reason kingdom. All right. Did you think you had my measure? Take this!
Oh, I didn't realize those.
We're far from finished. hold him back! Stay alert! You fight well indeed!
Damn it. I think I'm safe right here as long as I do not move from this spot.
Formidable. Now we'll see what you're truly made of. That will do. You've shown me more than enough.
Thank God. That fight was starting to drag a little too much.
I brought my full strength to bear against opponents before, but you are the first to withstand it. Even with my head of reason asleep, I never expected you to give me so much trouble.
That's what we do.
Estinian did not exaggerate. You are a force to be reckoned with. Now, a confession. I said I'd crave a challenge, and that was no lie. But I had another reason for calling you here. I had to judge for myself if you were fit to attend my beloved daughter. In some respects, she is much like me. Hard-headed and prone to rush into danger. But one with your talents could readily dispatch the threats that bar Lamachi's way. Will you hear my question and answer me plainly? Address me not as the ruler of Tuliola, but a concerned father.
Do the best I can.
Thank you. Then tell me, given your journey together thus far, what is your impression of Lamachi? Whether he be as their promise or just a companion on the road. Speak your mind.
I think she's ready, but she's young.
Ha! A tactful response, but agreed. She is not ready for the throne. Not yet. Lamachi thinks she understands her many peoples. Their histories, their cultures, their beliefs. But she knows only what she's seen in the capital. And it's not only her who concerns me. Even this early in the contest, you must have realized. As potential rulers, all four claimants are lacking.
Yeah, some a lot more than others.
This is why I elected to hold the right of succession. Not to choose a fitting candidate, but to cultivate one. And if no one has impressed me by the end of it, then to no one will I yield my throne.
Also a fair response.
As a parent, I pray that my children rise to the occasion. With outsiders dragged into my game, I am also hopeful that the different perspectives you and your companions have to offer will inspire them to grow. I imagine you in particular have traveled many lands, know many peoples and cultures, loved them and been loved in turn. Guide Lamachi as you think best. Walk at her side and, when needed, push her to walk ahead.
I knew it. There I was, about to sit down for some of Namika's cooking, when I heard that Papa had sent for you. You were dueling behind my back, weren't you?
I see there is no point in denying it. You needn't worry, daughter. I took care not to inflict lasting injuries. You and your
Wait, were you
ally
generally
may
going to
return
try
the
tonight in the
contest
first
without
place?
disadvantage. No harm done.
I swear, just as I was learning newfound respect for my father. Let's take our leave of this battle-mad oaf before he calls on the rest of my entourage.
Watch over her, champion.
Only so much I can really do in regards to it.
Kona's recruits are no less sharp, as one might expect of Gallof's countrymen. They saw the flaws in our claimants from the outset. The other two, though, they dismiss comrades willing to point out their shortcomings, and no good can come of it.
Okay. If he had his way, Papa would keep dueling until the day he dies. Even now, I know of only 3 people who didn't need to be carried away after the bouts. Zero Jha, your lance-yielding friend Astinian, and yourself. You really do live up to your fearsome reputation. I'm curious though, did Papa want anything else of you? Well, if that's all it was. Yuck Lamont thinks it's time to gather her allies for the road ahead. So I had one bite of Namika's food thanks to Papa's nonsense. I'm going back to finish my plate before I head out. I've otherwise asked everyone to meet at the forward cabins. Come and join us after you've had time a moment to recover. Welcome back. Will you be making use of your cabin? Certainly. Stay as long as you wish. This is probably the nicest accommodations we've ever been given. I mean, even the view is kind of awesome. The weather kind of sucks for it, but I'm sure that that's still a really great view. But I'm guessing that wasn't where I was supposed to have been. No, I didn't see it because of all the people standing around it. Sorry to keep you waiting. Is that it? You're all set to go? I thought you were always prepared to travel and such for work. I saw I had few belongings to begin with. Bidding farewell to my fellow artisans took rather a lot of time, however. Again, I appreciate making this commitment, Fontaine. Shall we depart for Earthenshire then? A word before you go. Yokivu, what are you doing here? Ah, I spend my days correcting manners, and here I am perpetuating the grave offense of delaying the third promised departure. Please take up your axe and rid my... Shut the talk of me. Must your demands be so gruesome? Besides, I told you the kind of thing doesn't bother me. Alright then, I won't let it bother me either. What was that all about? I come to the city to purchase supplies when I spot your entourage getting ready to leave. You seek the city of gold, if I'm not mistaken. It's actually pretty fun. The menus suck ass, but it is actually pretty good. That's right, it's the final step of the rite of succession. If you know anything about the subject, I'd love to hear it. It's a free-to-play game. It relies on microtransactions for cosmetics. Kind of like a mix between Destiny 2 and Outriders. It's a third-person shooter with primarily looter shooter mechanics. Most everything's real quick. Everything. It's cross-play. I don't know if it's cross-save, but it is cross-play. I would generally probably suggest PC over PlayStation because there are certain, because of just the third boss fight, like true boss fight, just absolutely sucks and requires very good precision shooting to some extent. And so I did most of the work on that fight, and I had 3 people who are all PlayStation players, and they did not really hold up to the same. That's right, it's the final step of the Rite of Succession. If you know anything about the subject, I'd love to hear it. And allow me to be of service. As you know, legends of the Golden City have been passed down in Torral for 1,000 years. Yet when it comes to describing the place itself, the stories do not always agree. Some trade as one might expect, a glittering metropolis of golden towers. Others suggest it is more unassuming and owes the name to the fabulous treasure hidden at its heart. Every tale, however, has a common thread. Those who go in search of the Golden City do not return. The main disappointment I have with it is that you don't really get to create your own character. They kind of go, here's a bunch of different descendants that you can each have their own kind of skills and setup and how they play. And so you can choose and switch between them as you progress through everything. The lesson to be learned from this third promise is that to seek the legend is to court death. I must implore you to proceed with the utmost care. And that is all I wish to say. I shall pray for your safe journey. Thank you, Yakiva. But it does a lot better job, I feel like, of directing you on how to follow the story than, say, Destiny does. What do we make of the cautionary tales? If every expedition has ended in tragedy, how then did the Dawn Servant find the city and return without incident? Since the legend originated from the Yakoi, speaking with them remains our strongest lead, I feel. Lead we shall follow in time, but first let us see Fontaine safely into the Moblin's care. The story was actually, of what I played of it so far, was actually pretty good.
Finding a willing artisan was even easier than expected. Many indeed are eager to curry favor with the Resilient Sun, especially if it means sharing the promise of new territories.
Those who prove useful will have all the land they desire.
Such generous words, yet the manner in which he speaks them. If neither wealth nor territory are of value, wherefore does he seek to bring the world to heel?
Because he's not a good guy. At all.
Step aside. Remind me. There was no rule against poaching craftsmen from other claimants. Was there?
Do not be foolish, Bakul Jaja.
Foolish would be carrying on with these dull feats when all I need to win are the keystones. And besides, it's long past time I humble this arrogant one-head. The Dawn Servant may have sired you against all odds, but there is nothing blessed about your birth. Only a two-head is fit to rule. Only we are worthy.
Draw your weapon. Face me in battle and learn your place.
But Cora, if you
A
want to
moment,
play,
First
team up
Boys.
and play some of the First Ascendant sometime, I'm
Leave
happy to
your
go
life
back through
if you
some of the
would.
older stuff just to
I foresee
try and
a
get gear
use for
drops.
this nuisance.
Too scared to make the first move? Then allow me!
Just kind of got his ass handed to him.
But he's just a runt.
My thanks for your restraint.
I can kill him whenever I please.
It's a little overconfident there, but
Your part in this is far from over.
we got messages to read. Wonderful, impressive. You are first return, third promise. And was an artisan from across the salt, no less. We welcome you and your unique skills to Earthenshire Help Hand. Help Hand will show you to the work pot. This is it then. I look forward to hearing your proclaimed Dawn Servant. Thank you, Fonfontaine. I'll be sure not to disappoint you. Just let me know. You're in grind time right now, though. No, I get that entirely. You have reached meet the requirements of the feat of pots. Ready represents your keystone with joy, smiles, and well-wishing. And like I said, and I mean, there should be a VOD there on Twitch of my my stream of First Ascendant the other night if you want to get more of a look at what's going on. That makes 3. More Potsworn candidates. Come, tell Ready Rock your tales. Some that's really cool, but there was one part I kind of didn't care for. Another feat accomplished, another keystone acquired. Oh ho ho! You are doing well. I expect nothing less of Zoro Jaw's esteemed siblings. Your cleverness in particular is most admirable, Second Promise. Let's have you apply that Charlene knowledge you so cherish and arm Toral with weapons of Magitech design. So there was a scene like halfway through where it just had a bunch of like flashing lights, and it just kind of made it real hard to pay attention to the picture. It had like a strobe light effect in that section. Your cleverness in particular is most admirable. Magitech weapons, yeah, we already said that. And your role as the new Dawn Servant's chief advisor, of course. Tools of war hold no interest for me. I wish only to improve our nation through practical innovations. Foreign powers will think twice while testing our strength once Tulial is known for its advanced technology. Just as the Garlean Empire was deterred from invading Charlean. That may well be true, but how long will it take Tulial to progress to this advanced state? How many years? With a collective commitment to education and hard work, it should not take so very. Your way is too slow. Easier to expand our territory and swallow Charlean whole. Conquer other nations through force of arms, and you're looking at a future of uprisings and bloodshed. Yours wouldn't be the first failed empire. And we'll keep fighting until the mounting cost convinces them to lay down their weapons. Until all have grown tired of loss. How would such an outcome bring anyone joy? What you propose is a mockery of peace. Ready Rock was reminded of days long ago. In the time before Tulial, there were no pot packs for the Potsworn. It was normal to grab snatch artisans and force them to work for mobbies. Till the day Gulul Jaja arrived, the families of the grab snatch pleaded with him, and so he came to the Earthenshire. Mobbies are not a war-make people. We feared death had come for us, but Gulul Jaja just wanted to talk. Be at ease. We are here to trade words, not blows. The goldwork crafted in this village is superb. One can tell at a glance the quality of materials used, the mastery of technique employed. It does not stir the heart. A goblet shaped by bound hands and broken spirit is devoid of luster. Wear that now to the works of a joyful artisan. She pours her very soul into her creations, and they shine like the newly risen sun. Have you not seen this to be true? And so began the custom of good living. Happy Potsworn make good works, and good works make mobbies happy. Gulu Jaja's words were wise. Joy smells did indeed bring fine craft and much jingly shine. So the head of reason was behind the forging of pot packs. Yes, reason and clever thing changed Mobby's way of life. The first promise tires of your talk of olden days. He'd rather look to the future and the next feat. we should be getting on as well. Bokul Jaja never did come back, did he? Do you have a moment, Third Promise? Would repay you for hand helping with Kahi. He brings the tale of the Golden City. Really? I'd love to hear it. The towers, the streets, all fashioned of gold. Everywhere we look, every splendor you can imagine. The young, the old, and everyone in between. They live in golden happiness, a city of eternal bliss, forever perched above the clouds. Everything fashioned from gold, and just imagine everyone living in the golden happiness. Now that's a city I'd like to visit. Why do I feel like it's not so much golden happiness, so much as everyone's basically frozen in gold? Excuse me, Rakarok, where did you hear that particular tale? From our longtime Yakoi friends. They live up in the mountains in Urkupacha. The giants again. Seems everything is pointing us their way. This feat and everything leading up to it has taught me much about the Bomblin way of life. I'll be sad to leave Earthenshire and your joy smiles behind. Right, we should go and see the giants next. Agreed. Golden mysteries notwithstanding, their village is featured prominently in the saga and is not to be ignored. The Urkupacha Highlands should be easy enough to reach from here. If we leave Earthenshire from the west, there's a road which leads up into the mountains. Let's find that first. Looks like the trail's going to get steep from here on in. I hope everyone is ready for some climbing. Glad I caught you. Ready Rock asked me to bring you back to the village. She says there's something she forgot to give you. Something other than the keystone? Yes, an item of great importance, or so I was told. It shouldn't take long if you'd please follow me. Wonder what this is all about. Well, no need for everyone to come. I'll be back in a little while. Oh, wait. No, I don't need to... I just need to wait here. We can do that. That's fine. This thing quite well. Just keep waiting for now, I suppose. Perhaps there were complications. Well, let's wait a little longer. This is getting a little ridiculous. Did she get lost on the way back to find us? How? There's only one road. I wouldn't underestimate Yuck Lamont's sense of direction, or lack thereof. Fortunately, she has a link pearl. Let's see what's keeping her, shall we? She's not responding. Perhaps we should all return to Earthenshire? It was Reddy Rock who had business with her, yes? I'm guessing that's not what happened. Like, at all. Back again so soon? We've come looking for Yuck Lamont. Did you not send someone to fetch her? Reddy did not. Neither has she seen the third promise since you were last here. Then who was that man who came for her? Oh, I thought you'd already left. Where's Lamati? Is she not with you? You know where she is? How could you let this happen? That thou shouldst worry for thy sister is understandable, yet rather than assign blame, then thine energies are better spent on locating her. I'll help you search. This is not how I would wish a fellow claimant to lose the contest. My sister, least of all. In that case, dividing our forces will allow us to cover more ground. Now we should work together at least, better to facilitate the communication between our groups. The rest of us will split up. Report in should you find anything. We'll be on our way as well. Right, keep in touch. Come, we should begin our search. Guana is anxious to begin the search for Yuck Lamont. Lamonti was returning to Earthenshire from the rest, then she should have passed through here. Except Reddy Rock swears he didn't see her. In which case, it's entirely possible that Lamonti never made it back to the village at all. I'm going to be certain to ask the sentry station at the opposite entrance. Third premise, Molly has been sitting at this post with diligent eye watchings. He has seen no claimants pass this way. What of Tonawata with brightly colored hair? Well, I know something of this one. He hears tongue flaps about Pelu Peddler and many fires who was attacked by a crazy-haired bandit on the road. Bandit, you say? Thank you. You've been most helpful. It's just clear not here, though I wish it were otherwise. One must consider the possibility that the Tonawatan messenger and the brigand described by the sentry are one and the same, and Lamati is in very real danger. Come, let's hurry to the many fires. I'd like a word with this peddler should they still be around. Why am I running? I just now realized that, oh, there's a teleport to where I'm going. But I did at least get this Aether Current in the process. Which I didn't need to get that. Was there something I could help you with? I'm told you were the victim of a bandit attack. Could you recount exactly what happened? My goodness, I thought I recognized you. I'll tell you everything I remember, second promise. It was a scoundrel, Wakesa, who ambushed me. You know the name of your attacker? There's no mistaking the hair. All my peddler friends have stories of that notorious bandit leader and his predations. Wakesa and his gang will stoop to any low for the sake of a few pel. With no fresh quarry coming up the broken stairs, they've had to become more creative. No wonder he went after Lamati. He likely thinks to ransom her for a royal sum. Just will soon make his demands, but I don't intend to wait. We'll find this villain first and deliver his deserved payment in person. What say you to a small deception? I was in the role of a well-to-do merchant to lure Wakesa out of hiding. Then when he comes sniffing about, we catch the rat by the tail. Excellent plan. I have just the right garments for your disguise. At a specially discounted price, of course. Brush with pants has dampened your mercantile spirit, I see. Very well, I accept your generous deal. Now we lay the bait. I'll proceed you into many fires to make my presence known. You follow on behind, boasting to those along the way you paid me a hefty purse in exchange for a rare gemstone or some such. Wakasa is as coin-hungry as they say, and a recently enriched peddler should be an irresistible mark. Let them strike, and then we spring our trap. Time to play our parts. There, thanks, Ralph, fellow. Share with them how happy your imaginary deal with me has made you. Once you put on an appropriate display, we can continue to our next performance. Oh, that's a nice little quality of life thing right there. Where are some of the Hetsaro merchant, you say? I envy the profit you must have made from such a sale. Since the stairs were destroyed, I have not been able to peddle goods at my usual haunts. A good start, but I'd make certain Wakesa is aware of me. Let's continue. The man over there looks amenable to conversation. The stage is yours. Hetsaro sold you a Farkle stone for your collection? That means you're a giant Joyce models. Mommy's happy for your happiness. Mommy's also jealous of the merchant and all the jingly shine he must have made. That should be enough, but perhaps one last act to drive it home. You see that cheerful fellow? Tell him the tale of your precious gemstone, then we'll be done with this part of the charade. Passing peddler had the very gemstone you sought for your collection? That is a stroke of luck. I wish the merchant was just as pleased to fill his pockets with your grateful coin, eh? Well, I'm inspired to go and earn some pel of my own. Who knows, maybe the opportunity will find me even as I found you. My most valued customer, the profit from that single purchase of yours should see me through weeks of idle leisure. Drawing such a fat person, no sellsword is tempting fate, so I shall make Earthenshire my last stop on the return forthwith to Tulial. Did you see? The rat has come for a nibble. You played your part to perfection. A woman of many talents, just as Thancred and Oriange described. Now let us lure Wakesa out and spring our trap. Goana wishes to execute the final stage of his plan. Let's execute the final stage of the plan. I will set out towards Earthenshire alone and unarmed. Better to sell the active defenseless merchant. Assuming Wakesa is watching, he'll likely wait for some quiet stretch of the road before accosting me. I'll be relying on you to follow closely behind, remaining hidden until the time comes to spring the trap on our bandit king. Just remember, we need him alive. Your business has been going good to you, Master Merchant. How about you share some of the profits? And by some, I mean every coin you have. You're that gemstone collector. Oh, I see what this is. We've been tricked. Spin your eyes, men. Kill these Vidral. Slippery vermin. We'll have to interrogate his underlings instead. If you would be so kind, pray leave them capable of speech. Ah, we'll see. I was hoping to talk with your boss, but I suppose you three will have to do. Wait, that's the second promise. What do you want with us? Anyone scared of a fancy title? I'll take your royal ears as a trophy as soon as I get free of these ropes. I know your gang's about my sister's abduction. Tell me where she is. Eat pack of shit, salt lover. You'll get no answers from us. That's right, we don't serve you. Do not play games with me. Where is Yuck-Lamont? I am fast losing patience. Talk now or die. The choice is yours. We were hired to have the third promise, that's all. We don't know where they took her. Hired? By whom? We weren't told that either. Only Wakessa knows. He's the one who took the job. Well, it seems we need their leader after all. Once I've arranged for the Landsguard to take custody of these criminals, I'll call on Thancred and his tracking skills. Perhaps you can pursue Wakessa in the meantime? The bandit was running in an easterly direction. Should you locate him, I suggest we shadow him rather than force a confrontation. He might lead us to where Lamati is being held. Ah! Damn it. The asshole saw us. Yeah, we'll attempt to follow him again. Did it break? Oh no, it's supposed to be over here. That's why. I think. Yeah, that's what it was. Finally, my money. Give it to me now. The Landsguard may be hunting us already. Calm yourself. We had our own troubles finding a suitable hideaway. Right. We're finished. Take your prize and leave me out of the rest. Such hostility. You were hurting for coin. I offered you a gainful employment out of the kindness of my heart. Kindness, you brought a blackened tempest upon us. One look and I could tell that one was the killer. A butcher. A salted devil in the flesh. Oh, spare me the fearful bleeding. Go on, scamper away now before the scary mercenary comes to claim your head. Go on, tell me the news. You found the abductor then? What's the situation? And you think the bandits were hired by the Hobigo? Alright, new strategy. Forget Wakes and stay on the Mamujaw's tail. We don't want to endanger the third promise, so keep your distance until we're certain they have her. I'll catch up to you as soon as I'm able.
Better late than never.
Yeah. That is certainly true.
That Mamuja. He's the one who kidnapped Wook Lamart. So we're still unsure. If we can follow him a bit longer, confirm his connection to the abductors. That will complicate matters.
found it!
If I set out now, I can trail them along the riverbank.
Do it!
Even if it costs you the contest.
What worth is the throne if I lose my sister to win it?
Well, at least he's got a good sense of family
Very well,
about him.
then. I'll send word when I locate her. Till then, I suggest you save your strength. A rescue attempt could turn ugly.
That Hubigo just now. I swear I've seen him with Bakul Jaja. Knowing the way that monster works, he probably hired bandits to kidnap her so he could steal her keystones. But even alone, my sister is more than a match for a gang of untrained ruffians. She must have been ambushed or deceived. Gah! I should have been there! If those bastards have hurt her!
I mean, the story already said it was a mix of both. So, I mean...
I do trust him, but... Forgive me. Snapping at you won't get my sister back. I'm afraid I've always been like this when it comes to Lamachi. The thought of her being in danger sends me into a panic. But isn't that how families should be?
Yeah, pretty much.
These days, Turali Mikote live however they please. But the clan into which I was born kept to the nomadic traditions of our ancestors. They herded their own neck across the plains, always moving with the seasons. During one such migration, my birth parents left me behind. A child. All alone. Without a single word of explanation.
I'm sure
A
there's
chance
a reason.
encounter with a kind Pelu merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, he taught me his trade that I might fend for myself. I became a stallkeeper in Tuliyolal's market. And that is where the Dawn servant found and adopted me. I had already been in the palace some time when Lamachi came to join us. Like me, she had been cast aside by her parents. I knew the pain of solitude and wanted to spare her that suffering. As this tiny child's new brother, I swore I would always be there for her. So, as you might now understand, I will stop at nothing to rescue her. While we await word from Tancred, I suggest we prepare ourselves to travel downriver. You have a boat, yes? Why release the Panity if not to delay pursuit? If we were unsure of their guilt before, then this surely proves it. Before we act, however, let us regroup with your comrades. Would you mind making the call?
Understood. We'll meet you at many fires.
May have been I put rescuing Lama T ahead of my own progress, but I do not take that to mean I've given up on the contest. You see how much she is to me, yet regardless of how close we were, I would have made the same choice. After all, if I am incapable of saving my sister while also winning the throne, then I am not fit to inherit our father's heavy mantle. Guana wishes to gather your companions for the upcoming rescue mission. We need to gather our forces. Firstly, allow me to brief you. Thus, at the very least, we believe that Sobigo knows where Lama T has been taken. Thancred is shadowing their boat even as we speak, and I should like to join him with all haste. Unfortunately, our quarry had the foresight to release our Punatai from its harness, leaving us without a means to give pursuit. Aaronval, as an expert on wildlife, what are our chances of recapturing the beast? With the right mix of feed, it can be done. I should like an extra hand to help scatter it about, however. Would you accompany him? Meanwhile, the rest of us should work on getting the harness repaired. It appears to have been damaged when the Punite was let loose. With all the peddlers here in camp, we should have little trouble purchasing replacement materials. For any necessary metalwork, Earthenshire's artisans are but a short walk away. Let's divide the tasks and have at it. There was an unusually aggressive herd of wild punites downriver, so our girl will have fled in the opposite direction. Come, we'll try the waters upriver. Assuming our Punite has come this way, she'll be hiding in the depths of Marsh Ligaka. We need to lure her back to the shallows with the promise of food. Wild Punites are mainly aquatic grasses and plants. Tame ones are often fed vegetable scraps. Knowing this, I had leftovers for the feed I've prepared. This should help the mixture stand out against the marsh's natural scents. Ligaka is crawling with predators, however, so I'll leave it to you to scatter feed deeper in. I'm before you near the shallows with the rest of our Punite's enticing feast. Okay. All set? I've just finished laying out the last of the bait. Step back out of sight and leave the rest to me. Here she is. Shh, there's nothing to be afraid of. We just need your help one last time. You're hungry, I wager. Come on, come with me. Yes, there's a good girl. We're fine here, I think. I'll give her a few more treats and then lead her over to the boat. You can let Koana know we have our Punite back. Interval is the Punite in hand then? Good, I expect nothing less from a certified gleaner. As for the harness, we were able to purchase all the parts we need. The Level 8 twins are even over in Earthshire right now having the Potsworn make the repairs. I'm told it shouldn't take long. We'll be ready to embark on a rescue mission as soon as we hear from Thancred. Colin is nervously awaiting the call from Thancred. Thancred must know something by now. You found her? Understood, thank you. Add, but to invoke his name. Thancred followed the Hobigo's boat to its destination and confirmed that they are indeed holding my sister captive. They, of course, being Boko Jaja and his minions. Swear I will make them regret this. Lumpty is in Rich Leaf tunnels. The moment the harness is repaired, we strap in the Punite and make our way back down Ihokutumu.
Thancred.
The third promise is up ahead. She's unharmed, but we best not dally.
I spit on these pathetic feats. Far more satisfying to claim their baubles by force.
Give it back! Fosunten poured his everything into that stone. You've no right to touch it.
Oh, was that the name of your artisan? How could you allow something so precious to be stolen?
You thieving cheat! You're no true claimant!
What does that make the foolish kitty who fell into my trap? If pitiful roars were all it took to claim the throne, you'd be first in line.
Now, brother. You shouldn't tease her. Look, the poor thing's on the verge of tears. Meow. Someone save me. Who did that?
His scales are as thick as his skulls.
Coward! You dare ambush me?
Tis the blessed sibling's favorite tactic.
That useless Bune was sycophant. He was supposed to keep the lackeys running in circles.
Oh, you must tell me all about that.
Careful now. You wouldn't want to hit her hostage.
That one's not to be underestimated.
They can do nothing while we have.
As if we haven't been in those same situations like half a dozen times throughout this game.
Impeccable timing.
Amachi, are you all right?
Aye, thanks to you.
These weaklings think they can defy us? We'll slaughter the lot of them!
Patience, brother. The keystone is ours. There is no need to fight this day. And Zoralja has left us hurting.
No! I won't stop until I gut these maggots and feed them their entrails!
If we fall here, we fail our siblings for nothing. Is that what you want?
No, brother. Break off! We retreat!
Wait! Damn you, Bakul Jaja!
Do we give chase?
We head back. Amachi is safe. And that is what matters.
Bakujaja must be desperate indeed to resort to such aggressive tactics. I should have been so careless. I underestimated him and it cost me a keystone. Fonfontaine upended his life so that I could accomplish the Moblin's feat. He believed in me, believed in my cause, and I've let him down. Yes, we'll do exactly that. Next time I meet that brute, I'll knock him straight on his scaly behind and take back my keystone. Speaking of vengeance, didn't Baku Jaja curse some useless bonewall sycophant when he caught sight of us? For instance, Cyril Jha, I would assume he's devoted to our brother and is the only bonewall I know participating in the rite of succession. Cyril Jha was somehow involved in this. I'll never forgive him for putting our sister in danger. He will have forfeited his right to be called brother. And Baku Jaja should have faced punishment, of course, but so must the bandits who had the temerity to abduct Lamati. I should request the Father send a contingent of Landsguard to enforce the law in this region. I agree that measures need to be taken to keep travelers safe. But I wonder what pushed these people towards a life of banditry in the first place. If we dig deeper, we might find a way to improve things for everyone. It's something to think about. For now, however, the rite continues. I thank you all for your help. We should be moving on as well. Are you feeling fit to travel, Yuk Lamont? You bet I am. Zoro Jha's gained a good head start, and it's time we clawed back some lost ground. I'm gonna start this happen. From now on, won't let my guard down around suspicious strangers. Again, I do appreciate you all coming to save me. Okay. That's actually where we're going to stop here for this afternoon. We'll be back later tonight for try and do some more of the MSQ here. But I do have guests coming over here shortly, so I need to finish getting ready. I was hoping to have more voiceover cutscenes so I could do various cleaning things, but didn't really have that here today. But again, thank you for joining us. I think we are going to go raid Lady Callie this afternoon, so... When we move over, go ahead and copy and paste this into the chat. I'll see you all tomorrow and hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.